Alright, good morning and welcome back to another movie reaction. I have another old 1950s black and white sci-fi flying saucer type movie. I hope flying saucers. I love these type of things. I used to dream as a kid of being able to watch all the black and white early flying saucer movies, and we got to see some, but they were always a treat for me, and I still feel that now at 64 years old. So today we're going to be watching Planet Outlaws 1953. And I don't believe I've ever seen this. I might have, but I'm sure if I have, it has been some 50 or so years. So it's going to be like a first time reaction. All right, so we got our earphones in, and we're going to go ahead and get started and see what Planet Outlaws 1953 is all about. All right, Planet Outlaws. Looks like it's going to be really good. We're way out in outer space, based on a cartoon strip, Buck Rogers. I've certainly heard of Buck Rogers, but I've never seen a Buck Rogers episode. All right, I'm excited. This is what I do enjoy. I feel like a kid again. Oh my goodness, all that background stuff makes it so hard to read who's in it. I didn't recognize any names there. This looks older than 1953. Sky saucers.
Somewhere in the skies above us have come from time to time flaming discs and weird aerial phenomena. What of? Whence have they come? Dr. Morris Apion, one of the leading aerodynamicists in the world, stated that in his opinion, they have originated elsewhere than the Earth, and that they are artificially controlled.
All right, here we go.
From another planet, or a development of enemy power. But whatever they are, they continue to cause a great deal of concern and controversy. And when we are tempted to say that they are just a fiction writer's dreams, we must remember that Jules Verne once dreamed of exploring the...
Now it looks like the audio's on.
And in time, we have...
Kind of tricked me there for a minute.
Leonardo da Vinci also prophesied that someday man would fly like a bird. Today, flying is commonplace. Even the atom bomb thrilled readers of fiction magazines before it became a reality. In fact, the author was so realistic in his description of a terrifying destructive force that he was investigated by the FBI, who thought he had gotten secret information from government laboratories. But now man dreams of limitless power to propel us into outer space, where we can explore other worlds. While travel to another planet may seem highly imaginative to us today, in the year 2000, it may be commonplace. Here, for example, is a story of travel in the skies, visits to worlds in outer space, which may well be the blueprint of life to be lived in the years to come. Professor! What is it, buddy? We're trying to weather the storm. But we've lost altitude. And crashes
is
in
that the
the
blimp that fell down?
Centuries later,
And now is
men
being
from a
covered
scouting
up by an
ship
avalanche?
discover the wreck.
The uniforms that they came up with back then are always very interesting.
Frozen since the ship crashed. Well, that's strange. Body's almost natural temperature. Let's get them out of here. This gas is making me drowsy. Well, take hold of his feet. for going? About 1,000 miles an hour at least. Border Patrol, calling operations office.
So this isn't a story of Buck Rogers, I'm assuming. Is it based on? And that's not Buck Rogers there, I can only assume. I don't know what Buck Rogers looks like. And I don't know if he had a sidekick.
We're approaching the city with 2 prisoners found in a dirigible.
Because back in those days, they did, like...
I don't know. Ship was frozen on the tip of Bering Glacier. Prisoners were in
I know of a serial back in the 40s or 50s called Rocky Johnson. In fact, I bought that. I have it on DVD. The Rocky Johnson serials, and he had a sidekick and a pretty girl in the on his spaceship. But pretty good. But they were extremely low budget, and yeah, it was good, but it was only so much. But I do have Rocky Johnson
Take my place, Lieutenant Deering.
episodes.
Follow our spaceships through the televi. How you going to be in that dirigible?
I was in command. We'd taken off from New York and were making a transpolar flight around the world when...
What year was that?
1938.
1938? Impossible. Let me verify that. (1938). There was such an expedition. Your name, please.
Buck Rogers? Lieutenant Rogers officially.
Ah, okay.
My name is George Wade, but I'm usually called Buddy.
Nebrano gas. That explains it then.
So that is
We are
Buck
witnesses
Rogers.
to a scientific miracle.
It didn't say anything about that in the title.
These 2 people have remained in a suspended animation for 500 years.
500 years.
That makes me old enough to be my own great-grandfather.
But, Professor Ure, that's impossible, sir.
Dr. Ure, Killer Kane has captured another of our pilots.
Ah, futuristic stuff.
You may save yourself considerable discomfort by telling me where to find the entrance to the hidden city.
Yeah, this is similar to the Rocky Johnson. Rocky Jones, I'm sorry. Did I say Rocky Johnson the whole time? Rocky Jones serials. And there might have been another name. That was just his name. I believe that's a name on my CD package that I bought.
Those men were once pilots of Dr. Hure's ships.
It looks very similar to that.
Men robbed of all will while they wear the helmets I had designed for them. Shall I have you measured for a robot's helmet? Or will you tell me where the entrance to the hidden city is?
I do not remember.
Take him away.
I don't understand, sir. Who is this man called Killer Kane?
He is the result of the stupidity of the men of your century. You failed to stamp out lawlessness, and in the end, the criminal became stronger than the law. Racketeers, you call them. Today, they rule the world as cruelly as they ruled their gangs in your day.
Well, isn't there any chance of help from an outside source?
Only from men on some other planet.
Another planet? That doesn't sound very hopeful.
It could be. But our spaceships seem unable to slip through Kane's air blockade. We've lost 5 thus far trying it.
You mean you actually have ships that can travel from planet to planet?
Of course.
And if you have ships that can travel that far, you know, I think I know a way of running that blockade.
Well, if you have any plans, I'll read.
Yeah, that's pretty much impossible even today
Am I right, Marshal Craig?
to travel planet to planet.
From the ground, at such a distance, mind you, by means of radio?
That's correct, Rogers.
Well, then, sir, why don't
Well, it's
you
not
send up
impossible,
spaceship as a
but
decoy? Slip through in a spaceship
it just doesn't
and
happen
get inside.
in
We've already lost 2
2024 yet.
We can't afford to try it.
It seems to me you can't afford not to try it, sir. Rogers is right, Marshal. Unless we get help from Saturn, our cause is lost.
Very well, sir. You're in charge.
Thank you very much.
Lieutenant Deering, you will go with Rogers to establish a means of communication with Saturn, if you do get through to that planet.
Oh wow, oh, the whole face of the mountain just slides apart like barn doors. Interesting looking ships.
Look, another one of those spaceships.
Patrol ship 7-4 calling 60,000-foot patrol.
Interesting.
Shall I lay our course directly for Saturn now, Buck?
May as well.
Hey, Buck, look.
Of course, what they didn't know back then
They're covered, all right.
is that in true outer space there wouldn't be smoke and flames and steam and things like that visible, since there's no air. And of course the issues with gravity.
Run into any more trouble. Why don't you take a nap, Wilma? I'll take the controls.
Thanks very much.
But that's what makes it all good, I guess. Oh, here we got a flying saucer. Oh no, that looked like
Hey, Buck, what's that up ahead?
a Saturn type planet.
Hey, wall.
That's the outer atmosphere of Saturn, buddy. 10,000
Saturn,
feet
okay,
above
they
the
are.
Earth.
Talking about Saturn, excuse me.
I don't know.
Two California ships coming up fast behind us.
Oh, this is great. The last movie I reacted to was
If we do, they'll get away from us.
Invasion of the Saucermen, and it was all stuck right down on boring old Earth. No real outer space stuff. But it was still good. Oh, this machine is moving around there. I saw it move a couple times. Yeah, you can see. Oh, it's a part of the fun of these old things is seeing like the goose and the bloopers.
Buddy, take the controls. The portholes are giving way, Buck.
Oh, great stuff.
The heat is melted at the valve end. Screw, buddy.
Gravity belt. I'll have to bail out.
Buddy, open the airlock. No use. The heat's jammed the door. Stand back, woman.
Oh, nice laser type thing. Are they bailing out of the ship? Or just moving to a... No, it looks like they're gonna jump out. And if they're in outer space, they're in trouble without any kind of space helmets. Pretty good stuff for 1953.
My, what a desolate looking place.
So they're on Saturn now, I'm assuming?
Stand by the refining rockets. Signal the other ship if we're going down. Yes, sir.
Oh, I almost forgot I got coffee. So engrossed in this.
Lieutenant Deering calling the Scientist General of Earth.
Air Control Headquarters at the Hague.
Oh, boy.
Lieutenant Deering.
Give me the Scientist General at once, please.
Wilma, this is Dr. Hewer. Are you safe?
Our Outer Atmosphere Patrol reported two of Killer Kane's spaceships took off after you.
They did. Shot down our ship, but we got away without a gravity belt.
Oh boy. It's about my 4th cup of coffee today. It's of course cold. Got down into the 30s last night. I got my nice big electric comforter here to keep all nice and warm.
Tell the men on the other ship to stand guard.
And watching a good old movie.
Buck, I just saw one of Killer Kane's men go behind those rocks.
Are you sure?
Positive. They must have landed their ship and are following the captain.
So comment down below if you know anything about Buck Rogers. Apparently a Buck Rogers movie.
Hand me that gun. Give it to me. There's nothing else you can do, will you? All right, then. Let's get them back to the spaceship. Check the rockets on the other ship. Do not move, any of you. Drop your weapons. You are from the Earth, are you not? Yes, we came here to make a treaty. It would be useless to explain to me. I am only a soldier acting under orders.
Those guys that are
Guard the ship.
holding the weapons look kind of zombie-like, don't they? They're kind of going back and forth. Yeah, I love the old black and whites.
Here are the prisoners you ordered me to bring in, sir. I am Alda, Director of the Council of the Wide. I have had you brought here to explain your presence on Saturn. You may speak.
We came here as envoys, seeking an alliance with you people of Saturn.
And why do you desire such an alliance?
To escape the tyranny of a man called Killer Kane, who's imposed his rule on all but a handful of us. A man who governs by brute force.
That's not true. Leader Kane is a just man. He rules with the consent of all save a few revolutionaries.
He's got on his
Is it true that you are revolutionaries?
guy got in front of his deal. He's got like a big lightning bolt or something.
Rebels or not, I see through them all into prison. Saturn wants no contact without science.
I wonder what that's all about.
In this age of science, we cannot hope to isolate ourselves from the rest of the universe. But we are dedicated to peace and have no patience with rebels.
Then why not form an alliance with our government and help us stamp out this rebellion?
The point is well made. We'll imprison the revolutionaries and treat with the envoys of the leader Kane.
Then I jump tail and run for the sliding panel.
But we can't escape the guard.
We'll have to try.
Throw the others in prison.
Oh, here we go.
One wrong move.
Oh, he's got a weapon. He took the
And we need a new council of the wise.
whatever laser thing away from that guy. Oh, fall down. Oh, I thought they were getting into some sort of Star Trek transporter. At first, I couldn't really see that thing.
Spaceships are over there.
What about those awful Zug guards?
Take care of them with this gun.
Take the controls part.
Yeah, when I was a little kid,
Jog down the door, buddy. See if all the portholes
you know,
are
6, 7, 8 years old, I used to lay awake in bed just dreaming about movies like this. I would get to see one, and then I'd just remember details about it forever, and I would just kind of redream it or relive it until the next one came along.
Get back to Earth. That's right where you're going, buddy.
Honestly, can't remember any of them that I saw back then. That was more than 50 years ago. I remember things like Journey to the Center of the Earth, of course, not outer space, but inner world. But we had the Day the Earth Stood Still. Another one I'm trying to remember. War of the Worlds, of course. Those are probably the two big ones that came on like every year.
Spaceship on 274.6. Gosh, Buck, I guess we'll be landing pretty soon, won't we?
That's right. The radio was working so we could contact Dr. Hugh.
Well, that isn't necessary. I know the secret entrance to the hidden city.
I'm sorry, sir, there's no contact. There's the signal to open the gates. What shall I do, sir?
Open them and stand by to close them at my command.
Yes, sir.
They got a signal.
They're in the locker.
The sliding rocks. Yeah, this is very much like Rocky Jones thing. I haven't seen it for a long time. Sometimes on those nights when I can't go to sleep, which seems to happen quite a lot, I would put that in the CD player, or the DVD player, and just let it play, you know. And somehow it would kind of trill me off to sleep. A lot of things do that.
How did you get here? The air marshal ordered me to arrest anyone who escaped from the wrecked ship, sir. You mean you were in that spaceship?
Yes, sir.
But it's one of Killer Kane's spaceships. That's why I ordered it destroyed.
The only way we could escape from Saturn, sir, after the men of that planet turned against us.
We'd better discuss this in my office. Report back to the officer of the day, Lieutenant. Come.
That also is true, sir.
It is the duty of every honest government to aid in the suppression of anarchy wherever found. To that end, we have signed this promise of support. Then, Stalin, you will visit the Earth with Captain Lasker.
One of the things that works probably the best for me, as far as being able to go to sleep and having to put something like on the DVD player or the computer. I have a computer that controls the big screen in the bedroom, and one of the things I'd like to put on is The Adventures of Superman. I don't know what it is about that, but I can just go right to sleep as soon as I hear that very familiar opening. And
Have you identified the ship, Huron?
the first episode, not the pilot,
May I look, sir? Oh, of course.
is first one of season 1. Is called Superman on Earth, and it's an introduction to
It's a sister ship to the one
how
that came back from
Superman
Saturn.
got to
Then that means that Killer Kane
be on Earth.
probably completed their mission on Saturn.
Starts out on the planet Krypton, and in a, I don't want to spoil it or anything,
Working with the Killer Kane people?
Well, we've tried.
Superman is sent to Earth from Krypton in a spaceship. It takes no time at all to get from Krypton to Earth,
Dr. Huer has the instruments. The rest of the equipment was put
and
in
that's
the
how
military
he
storage.
And you
came
still
to
have
be on
uniforms
Earth.
taken from the crew's quarters?
Are you suggesting that we use those uniforms to get us
Where Krypton was at,
I'd like to volunteer for the detail.
I'm sure it was way out of our solar system.
days in Kane's robot battalion.
It would have been impossible, of course, for
But Marshal Craig, if I
the trip to be made so soon.
treaty, sir, may mean the success of our campaign.
So anyway,
He's right, Huer.
but it's good. I
You
love it.
haven't a chance in 1,000. But if you're willing to risk it, I can't afford to refuse the offer.
Thank you very much, sir. Which one of those buildings is Killer Kane's? That big one, the terraces. I'll circle it in a minute.
So who are considered the outlaws
Right up.
here?
So long, Lincoln.
Good luck, Lieutenant.
I don't know. I this is one I kind of wish I had read up on it, to figure out more about it, because I'm a little lost now. It appears to be a Buck Rogers episode or movie. It's funny, they just jump out of the ship like they were stepping out of the door of an airplane. I would have thought that the Buck Rogers would have been the adventures of Buck Rogers. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
Because my patience is about at an end.
I remember seeing a Gilligan's Island episode in which, the episode about the jetpack that
I said the dynamo
kind of
contained.
washes up on the shores of the island. It's a government jetpack that you'd wear to take off. And Gilligan's telling the skipper, this is something I saw in Buck Rogers. And the skipper doesn't know who Buck Rogers is. It's pretty funny.
Nevertheless, Talon, it's true. Now do you know why we are fighting this man?
Who is your leader? I shall be glad to treat with him.
That's a very handsome gesture, Prince Talon. But how do you and Rogers plan to leave my city? You will be arrested by my guards before you can leave the palace. I've taken care of that, King. Buddy, toss me that gravity belt.
But the gravity belt? I don't understand.
It's a device we use here on Earth. Really an outgrowth of the old parachute. Put it on, Talon.
Oh, I see.
Buddy. Out the window you go, you two.
Well, how about you, Buck?
Never mind about me.
Oh boy.
Come on, over here, quick.
Oh, when he jumped off that windowsill, it looked like the windowsill itself moved. Couldn't tell. It looked like it.
They're on the terrace. If necessary, bring in some of the ships from the Outer Atmosphere Patrol. Assign them to cover Kane City. Rogers must be given... You're a member of the 7th Pursuit, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Order out the squadron. Cover all of the open country between here and Kane City. Flying at a low altitude. I'll have your complete flying order sent to the airport. That is all.
Yes, sir.
So I have not seen anybody in here that I recognize cast-wise,
You'll find Buck Rogers
actor-wise. That guy there, the guy that just did all the talking, looks a little familiar.
Call out the guard. They're getting away. Drop down those doors.
Oh, look at that. That's definitely a miniature that is taking off there. I think.
Well, we made it.
Captain Roberts speaking. Let me speak to the leader.
Calling the leader. Calling the leader. Calling the leader. This is the leader. What have you to report?
The fugitives have escaped in your patrol ship, sir.
Escaped? In my ship? You blockheads!
Send every one of you to the Rovers Battalion. Report to the guard captain under arrest.
Yes, sir.
The leader's airport. The spies have escaped in my private patrol ship. Send the squadron after them and shoot them down. Warn all outposts. If they break through to the open country, we'll never get them.
Well, so far the audio sync seems to be really good on this one.
And you are the men I made counselors of Earth. I would be better served by this Buck Rogers, who walked through your men as if they were children.
I noticed you didn't capture Rogers when he was in this very room.
Krenko, I warn you. Another statement like that and you will go before the firing squad. And so will all of you if you...
Brutal.
Now get out!
Cool automatic doors operated by somebody back there pulling ropes.
About 600 miles.
I wouldn't call old Dr. Hugh exactly handsome, but sure would give a lot to see his face right now.
I bet you would, buddy. Talon, I should have returned this treaty to you after I took it from Killer King.
I'd forgotten about it in the excitement. Someday you must return to the planet Saturn with me and receive the thanks of people for preventing the alliance with Kane.
I'd rather you thank me by giving us your planet's support and smashing Killer Kane's armies.
Hey, Buck, here comes a whole squadron at us.
Is it a Kane squadron? No, it's one of our own from the hidden city.
Hey, Buck, one of them's driving at us.
I can. Yes, I can. This is Killer Kane's ship. They think we're an enemy.
Just below it. Fire a blast into the tail service and level out.
They're going to shoot us down. The only thing we can do is set down and let them see who we are.
Going down. First time I ever saw Killer Kane.
Wow, that was a really tough landing. They bounced pretty good as they slammed into the ground.
It's Buck Rogers and Betty. We thought you were an enemy ship. I'm so glad that was not a direct hit.
That makes it unanimous, Wilma.
Who is this? One of Killer Kane's men?
I know. He's the best friend we have, Randy. It's Prince Talon, envoy from the planet Saturn. Going to help us in our fight against Killer Kane.
Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. I didn't understand.
Well, that's an old custom we have here. It's a sign of friendship, like this, Talon. That's right. Wilma, report back to your squadron. Advise your commander what happened. Tell him we'll follow you back to the hidden city and gain ship.
All right, Buck, I will.
Good. And Air Marshal Craig, our operations chief.
Prince Talon? Prince Talon, you bring new hope to a beleaguered race.
If it had not been for Colonel Rogers, I think your enemy would have tricked me into fighting him instead of helping. I am authorized to sign this treaty, pledging our support to your cause.
That Asian guy looks familiar.
And decide whether we are worthy of your help.
There, over the past 30, 40 years, there's been several notable character actor Asian guys that play, Chinese or Japanese, and he looks like one of them that had a starring role in the old Kung Fu TV series back in the 70s. Key Luke or something like that. Hard to tell unless I see his name in the credits.
If Talon pledges the aid of Saturn to Dr. Heward, they will drive us from the face of the earth.
We brought it on ourselves. You should have taken my advice. Quit when we had enough.
Since you are so clever, you shall take a spaceship to Saturn and arrange a treaty with her people before Talon has time to report.
So these are the Earthlings.
I will not be a tool for your insane ambitions. I am in command here, Franco. Take him away to the robot battalion.
Well, I'm confused now. I don't know who's the outlaw and who's not. This looks like it would be Saturn City.
Anything to say, say it now, Franco. When this helmet is in place, you'll never think nor speak again. You can tell Kane that I'll escape. I'll live to see the day that his
What a
One more dead man in the ranks.
helmet or hat or whatever. Pretty awkward one.
I trust no others share the feelings of the late Councillor Klinko.
Air controls. What reports from our Outer Atmosphere Observatory?
Report just received, sir. Killer Kane has doubled all air patrols in that stratum.
A spaceship wouldn't have a chance.
I am not quite so sure about that, Crag.
Not sure. You know what's happened to all our ships that tried to break through.
Yes, but I've been working on a little experiment that may help us.
What kind of an experiment?
Well, I didn't mean to show it until I had perfected it, but even as it is, it may serve our purpose. Just step over to this window. Now watch the ship nearest you. Stand well back. I don't want to experiment on you.
Do you know anything about this?
I knew he was working on something, but he wouldn't say what it was.
Now keep an eye on that ship.
I don't see anything strange about it.
What's it supposed to do, Doctor? Blow up or something?
Why, it's disappearing in the thin air.
Oh, don't get in the way. Might do the same thing to you. Wouldn't harm you very much, but it may take some time to bring you back to visibility. But I don't see how that would help, sir. If you've destroyed the ship, oh, but I haven't. The ship is still there, but you can't see it. I have discovered a ray which reduces all opaque matter to transparency, perfect as the ether itself. Unfortunately, I can hold it only for a matter of a few minutes. 10 at most.
And the ray won't harm anybody inside the ship?
Not at all.
Well, then the problem's solved.
And the sooner we start, the better.
Yes.
They'll need a navigator set.
Oh, yes, so they will. You will report to the air control room and make ready for immediate flight.
Yes, sir.
Well, if I have to take you with me, we better get to the control room.
Doctor? Have the rockets loaded into a spaceship for immediate takeoff.
Yes, sir. Rocket laboratory. This is the air control office. Have spaceship LC9 loaded immediately for takeoff. These are refiring rockets. Make sure you put them in the lower racks with the firing end forward.
You'll be
Yeah, I can't keep track of who's good and who's bad.
Better fire another rocket, woman.
I hope we get through Kane's blockade.
All depends on Dr. Hewitt, Helen. I'll radio him as soon as we spot any of the Kane ships.
Buck, there they are, right above us.
Yeah, I used to dream of being out in outer space in rocket ships like that and having all kinds of adventures
Go ahead, Buck.
as a little boy.
Ships, sir. They're directly above us. Better start you into salvo ray.
I turn it on immediately, Buck.
A hidden city ship rising, sir. Trying to run our blockade.
Head straight for it. Man the ray guns. Hold your fire while I give the order.
It's working perfectly, Doctor.
Look. It's disappearing into thin air. It's vanished. Spread out. Circle and try to locate it.
You all right, Helen?
Yes.
You, Wilma?
Fine, Buck.
Stand by your rocket controls. Here we are back to normal again. Was that a relief?
It's a strange sensation being up here in a ship we couldn't see.
The main thing is we got through Killer Kane's blockade. Now the only thing left between us and Saturn is space. Well, we made it. We're over Saturn again. Looks like the trouble is over. And now, sir, Lieutenant Deering and I must return to the Earth immediately.
So I realize the need for your haste.
I will see you, sir.
That headgear.
Thank you, Talon. Goodbye, sir. Wilma, take the starting line. Colonel Rogers on Saturn, calling a scientist general on Earth. Air control room calling.
I thought it was going to be over there for a moment or two.
Calling the scientist general. Dr. Ure, it's Buck Rogers. Yes, Buck? Is everything all right? Yes, sir. Wilma and I are taking off immediately, sir, but before we do, we wanted to check with you about the dissolvo ray.
It's still imperfect, but we can count on it to make you invisible long enough to slip through K's air blockade.
That's fine, Doctor. Then as soon as we near the Earth, we'll advise you.
As long as Dr. Here is ready for you, there is nothing to keep you here any longer.
No, Talon. We'll get in touch with you on the space radio as soon as we decide the best way to rid the Earth of Killer Kane and his outlaw army.
The best of luck to you.
Thank you, Talon.
Try the starting rockets, Wilma.
Have all the men assigned to check over the dissolver ray apparatus at once when we get here. Colonel Rogers is on his way back from Saturn, and we'll need to bring him through the blockade.
Yes, sir.
Well, the top of that spaceship looks like an airplane.
I have heard no further reports from Captain Lasker. His mission to Saturn must have failed. I am preparing another expedition to force the Saturnians to sign a treaty with us. This time I shall... This is the leader.
Sir, an unidentified spaceship has been reported returning from Saturn.
Notify the commander of the Outer Atmosphere Patrol and keep me closely informed. The observers report an unidentified spaceship returning from Saturn. Perhaps Lasker has been successful after all. We'll make no move until we learn more. Adjourn.
Patrol 62.
Oh, getting a little tired.
Patrol 62. Calling Patrol 62.
This is Patrol 62.
This is Commander White. Take your patrol to the 120,000-foot level. Watch for a spaceship returning from Saturn. If it is an enemy craft, bring it down.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Ure. Dr. Ure. We're approaching the 160,000-foot level, sir. Stand by with your dissolvo ray.
We're all set, Buck. Just give the word.
Buck, there's a Kane patrol squadron coming up fast beneath us.
Dr. Ure. Give us the ray now, sir. One of Kane's patrol squadrons has spotted us.
There she is. Spaceship sighted. Fly above it and use attack formation 9. Can't be fog at this level. That ship seems to be disappearing. What you thought of you, Crag? Subtly.
Sure did, Jimmy Rankin. Oh, Lacey, check the machinery on this ship. The Air Marshal will want all the information he can get on it.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh. That apparently is a bad guy. Maybe not.
Marshal Craig.
Colonel Rogers, Lieutenant Deering, funny why we've given you up for dead. We must see Dr. Ewart at once. Come.
Now, sir, I suppose you're anxious to hear about the Saturnian Treaty?
By all means, Colonel.
The rulers of the planet Saturn are with us in our fight against Killer Kane, sir. They're going to send spaceships as soon as we're ready to attack.
With this support, we cannot lose. We must call a meeting of the War Council at once. Yes. I'll take over now.
Oh, you're early. A little. I was anxious to find out what's been happening. Well, the War Minister's been in there with Craig since 9 o'clock. Something's up.
Yeah.
Oh, good night.
Good night.
Not a sound.
Uh-oh.
Get in that room.
Calling the leader, King. Calling the leader. Calling the leader, King. Calling the leader. Calling the leader, King. Calling the leader.
This is the leader, Kane.
Sir, this is Carson of your private patrol ship.
I'm on the hidden city air control.
Hidden City. You know where the secret entrance is?
Yes, sir. It's in the Valley 100 on our maps. The gates are open now.
I'll notify the Outer Atmosphere Patrol at once.
The leader. Calling Commander White.
This is Commander White, sir.
The secret entrance to the Hidden City is in Valley 100. The gates are open.
Be there with your squadron and destroy the city.
It shall be done, sir. Contact. All ships. Attention, all ships. Objective Valley 100 at full throttle.
Well, gentlemen, we'll see you in the morning. Good night, Marshal. Good night, Colonel.
Good night,
Counselor. Good night.
You know, Marshal Craig, I still believe that every day we delay our attack on Killer Kane, the day lost.
I'm inclined to agree with you, Colonel. We'll discuss it again at the War Council tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me a moment. Any messages for me?
No, sir.
Where's the other operator?
I don't know, sir. He left a few minutes ago.
Well, he'll go back to straight duty for this. The fools left the gates open.
Don't cut that switch.
King's spy.
That's right. Brought here by Colonel Rogers himself.
Oh, so you stowed away in that patrol ship, did you? I should have had sense enough to search it.
You won't have to worry long about that, Colonel. There's a full squadron of the leader's planes on the way here now.
Water will be here any minute now.
The airport guards will blast them to pieces before they land.
I think you're mistaken.
Oh, I am getting sleepy. Oh, got him with some sort of ray. Ugh. A couple of them crashed, it looked like.
Air Marshal Craig speaking. Send all available men to the airport. 2 of Killer Kane's patrol ships are forced to hidden gates. We've got to work fast. Show him no mercy.
Show you, we're outnumbered 10 to 1. Take their guns, men. I'll throw them in the guardhouse and put them in iron. Killer Kane's crews have been captured.
Get a doctor here quickly, Rankin.
Don't bother, sir. Just a burn from a ray gun. Be all right tomorrow.
I hope so. We'll need you at the War Council meeting. Remove that prisoner.
All right, men. Take them away.
Fix that. I can have my technicians install extra rocket racks. You won't have a comfortable journey, but you'll get there.
Stop them with work, sir. I'll be ready to take off as soon as the ship is in order.
But Doctor, don't mean to go lower.
I'm afraid so, Wilma. I daren't take a single defender from the city.
But you're off.
The arm's all right. Now, don't you worry about it. See you before I go. So long, buddy.
Oh, I'll be seeing you, Bud. All planes assigned to Battle Plan B, take off immediately.
This is a little bit hard to follow. Again, I'm having a little bit of trouble seeing the screen because of all the lights in here.
We're in luck, buddy.
But I can make it out better
Ship
than
on Kane's private airfield.
in the last movie reaction. Just when it's dark, that it makes it hard to see.
Dynamo room is over that way. Sound out.
With a big corkscrew type thing. What that's all about.
Buddy, see that robot down there?
I know they just invented mechanical looking things to make it look like, you know, it was the real deal.
An idea you'll help us to get. You. Call down to the guard and have Crinkle sent up here. Crinkle? That's right. Go on.
Hey, squad car, send Crinkle up here.
Crinkle. Balcony.
Oh man, that headgear. So those are robots, apparently.
Keeping covered.
all right?
Oh, so they're
Yes. Guess I'm all right.
kind of slave bots, I guess you might call them.
We've come here to free the robots and turn them against Kane. Put this back on again. It's harmless now. And go down and remove the helmets from the others. You got that? That will be a real pleasure. Fine.
Oh no!
Buddy, get a helmet on this guard. That'll take care of it. All right, I'll save a nice one for Kane himself. Crinkle, lead the way. Go on, Bud. Now that we know the secret entrance to the hidden city, we must destroy it immediately. I will send all air squadrons against it tomorrow. Sci-Fi, you will command the infantry that will follow in after the air attack. Yes, sir.
Calling the leader Kane. Calling the leader Kane. Calling the leader Kane.
We've been attacked by hidden city planes and fours.
I've already lost a third of my ships.
Commander White. Commander White.
There's no time to lose. We must attack Hidden City immediately. What Rogers? What does this mean?
It means that you're through, Kane. Buddy. Crinkle, hold him.
No! No!
And that, my friends, finishes the story of Killer Kane, the man who wanted to conquer the world. No less ruthless, no less cunning, no less a danger to civilization threatens the world today. Let us hope that the scientists of the free world will devise the weapons and the craft that will make democracy invincible against any enemy. God bless America.
All right, that looks like the end. That is the end. Right, that was pretty good. I definitely enjoy these old black and white science fiction movies. I didn't know this was a Buck Rogers deal. So, Planet Outlaws, 1953, pretty good. I got a little bit lost there. So I'm going to have to go and rewatch this again to kind of figure out how things, really happened. I get a little bit lost. He's kind of put me to sleep, so sometimes I got to watch him a couple of times. But that was pretty good, so I highly recommend Planet Outlaws 1953. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.